It is my first time being up here in the water tank loft, and it is tiny. There's not a lot of space up here whatsoever, but we are going to get started on the flooring today. So now that we have a well, in the future we are going to switch out this 325-gallon tank with something smaller because we're not going to need it to be this big. And then that way we'll be able to repurpose this loft into something else other than just water storage. But in the meantime, it's going to stay here for at least one more year. So we're just going to kind of have to work around it to get this flooring down, kind of shuffling it all over. How much space do I have? I just need to be able to brace off this back wall.
Okay. You got like a foot.
Is there a lift? I'm caught on something. I can feel it.
No.
Okay.
How's that pipe looking? It's fine still.
Oh yeah, no, we're fine. Also, if anyone was wondering, we did end up putting a shut-off valve closer on this water tank than further down the line. Uncalled for.
Electricity makes you so nervous.
Such a jerk. I don't.
Perfect.
Okay. So we are still going to add 2 inches of insulation on this wall, so we don't have to worry too much about where the flooring sits. We're just going to get it close, but even if there's like a 2-inch gap, it's not going to matter whatsoever. But we're still going to have it go probably all the way to the wall, I'm guessing.
110. It's a 9 foot exactly with the foam.
9 feet exactly?
With the foam, the 2-inch foam.
No, I want it all the way to the wall.
That's 110.
So it's 9'2". These are 6 inches. So if I cut off an inch, how big of a plank are we going to be left with on that side?
If we do nothing, we'll have a 2-inch. If you cut off 1 inch, we'll have a 3-inch.
So maybe I should cut off 2 inches.
If you cut off 2 inches, we'll have a 4-inch.
Yeah, we want it to be as big as possible on that edge.
Okay.
So I'll cut off 2 inches then.
Okay.
Don't know where you put the coffee anymore. I have to do like 3 or 4 more passes. Do that. What, 3 more times? Put these ones together and just kind of see how it lines up. Oh, the rubber mallet, did you grab that?
Mm-hmm.
Please.
Wake the baby.
a 4-inch strip down there. Okay, I think we got it. Here we go. Getting that first row done always takes the longest, but now that we have that done, hopefully we can, I don't think it'll take very long to get this done at all to finish off the rest of it. So we got the flooring over halfway in the loft. So now the next step is to clear this stuff out of the way, and we're going to push the water tank all the way over onto the new flooring. This takes up about 4 bays, and we're a little bit past that right now. So it should be able to fit fully on this side of the flooring that we already did. Oh, we got it. Nice. We have like 1.5 inches to spare. Mm-hmm. Really? Look at that, the floor's bigger for you now. So we do have this pump that eventually is going to get put, I think, right here. But we're just not there yet because we don't have it fully piped in. And I think in order to be able to still get water currently, and we have the pump in, it has to be plugged in all the time then. And since we're not going to keep it plugged in, we're probably going to wait until this summer to install this. So it's just going to kind of keep sitting up here for now. Alright, we just have one more row left to do, and it looks like it's pretty even all the way across, which I always get nervous about, even though I shouldn't. So it looks like we're going to have about a 3 to 4 inch strip that goes at the very end.
It's time to get the water tank back in place and filled up. To fill it up, we needed a bigger generator to run the pump, and we just picked up this generator. It was the floor model, so it was already open, so I was able to fill the tank on the way home. I've just got to put some oil in here, and then we should be ready to go. Ooh. Yeah, I guess we'll find out how hard it is to start and how screaming loud it is. That one pulled over a little bit. I'm gonna let that generator warm up a little bit, and then I'll drive the side-by-side over to the well pump, get that plugged in once we have our hoses all ready to start cleaning it out and flushing it out. Sounds pretty stiff.
It's in there.
That's about all you got.
Okay, I think that's plenty. How do I have to move any of these valves up here?
Knock it off.
That one
The
open?
3/4 you want to open it, drain it outside.
Can I do that right now? Do you want to hold this? I don't want it to just fall out of there, but okay. That's what it's set up out there.
Yeah, it's yeah, go do it.
All right. But we have a bit of sediment from when we filled it up initially from the well because we didn't let it run out after drilling it very long. But that's fine because we really just used it for laundry and a few times for dishes and stuff like that. But now we want to get this tank nice and clean because this next time that we fill it up, it is going to be for our drinking water. So we are going to kind of flush it out for a while where we have it draining downstairs, and then we're going to pump water into it up here. I'm going to scrub it. I'm going to scrub it with this thing, and then eventually we're going to use some bleach, wash out with some bleach also, and then once it's nice and clean and been rinsed out, then we're going to fill up the tank all the way and we will have water again. It's either clogging the line, or do we have or it's just still building up pressure? Because before we ran it for a while with just the short little hose. I mean, it's a constant trickle now at least. There we go. It's working on it. Oh yeah, we're good now. So I actually can't let go of this hose because it will fall out of the tank. So I'm hoping that if you hold down there somewhere, I can let go and then scrub. Oh yeah, perfect. Well, whether it's a good thing or a bad thing, I think we're filling up quicker than we're draining. Pass this hose down to you.
What?
I'm gonna pass this hose down to you for right now. Alright, so we filled up the tank we have about 100 gallons in the tank right now, and we tested the water again. And as you can see, it's still kind of cloudy. So I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna drain what's in there, because it is better than it was the first time we did this. So we're gonna drain everything that's in here, and then just kind of keep filling it up and dumping it out until it comes out pretty clear. All right, so there's a lot going on right now. We are working on filling up the water tank again. We just got done emptying it, and our battery banks are beeping, so you need to start the generator to power them. But I was just gonna show, we just tested the water again. I think it shows up pretty well, but hold on. So this is the one that we just filled. This is the one that we filled earlier on the last tank fill. Well, we just filled it up about halfway between the two. So it's already gotten a lot clearer. I think we're definitely gonna do it one more time, and we'll see if we do it one more time after that, just to really make sure everything's flushed out. So we got our water tank all filled up. So we ended up filling it up and then draining it twice before the water started running super clear that we were happy with it. And then when we were draining the water tank, we actually let the pump out in the yard kind of just keep going to keep flushing that out some more too, since we never did that originally since getting our well drilled. We're estimating about 1,500 gallons is how much we ran through. I don't think we needed quite that much, but we just really wanted to make sure it started coming in nice and clean. So besides just being able to use a lot more water and not having to haul it that far, we just have about 125 feet of hose to get this tank filled up. Everything else in the house is pretty much staying exactly the same, and it's really not going to change until summertime. And then when summer hits, I think our main focus is going to be trying to get all of our water established for this house. So now we need to get our blanket back on here to try to block it from the sun, and just kind of get it picked up in this loft some more. We were hoping to get the other loft, the flooring down over there as well, but we had a few things come up that caused us to be out of town for a few days. Cody ended up hurting his hand, so when he's feeling a little better, I will let him explain what happened with that. But otherwise, we're just going to rest for a little bit, and hopefully very shortly we can get back to the other loft, get the flooring in, and then continue on with our tongue and groove siding up the walls.